Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, we're going to tell you which AEW star has been branded difficult to work with.
More details on Thunder Rosa's injury and heat backstage.
If you are looking forward to WWE getting rid of PG, then I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
And some major returns set for SmackDown. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And it's Friday, so we're being silly and stuff.
Yeah, this is the news.
I forgot to do a background today, so you just got that. Sorry, guys. Haven't really taken this assignment seriously, but we're going to kick things off actually with the latest on the Eddie Kingston-Sammy Guevara drama, which we spoke about yesterday. Now, Fightful Select came through with a lengthy report kind of filling in some of the gaps. And, they've also actually published a statement from Sammy that came out yesterday giving his side of the story, in which he explains just a few things. He basically said that Eddie hadn't said that making comments about his physique were off the table for their promos and their back and forth and whatever, and he was making those comments as a heel rather than him as a person. He condemned body shamers and stuff, so that does put it in a different context, for sure. At the same time, reading the statement, there definitely was a tone of I don't know, I could see why some of that statement would rub people the wrong way when he speaks of unprofessionalism and stuff. But hey, there we go. Eddie apologized. He put his hands up. You can't ask for more than that. And I hope that the wrestlers are able to move beyond that. Now, in this report here, he just kind of outlines the situation here. It was from a promo. The comment was from a promo that was going to air as part of this program, but it didn't end up airing. It ended up being cut, this whole segment. The issue Kingston had with it is that the exact phrase used, right, was fat piece of shit, right? The issue Kingston had was that he was due to go over Guevara at All Out, and he felt that that match kind of meant nothing if Sammy was getting beat by a fat POS, right? That's the comment that was used here. So there you are. So they got backstage. There was a yelling match. Kingston was yelling at him. Guevara smiled in response. Eddie tried to pie face him, and that's when he ended up getting suspended. Now, an interesting facet of this, I think, is that Guevara had apparently developed a bit of a reputation for being difficult to work with prior to this. This was while working on recent storylines with Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, and Sonjay Dutt. I almost said Sammy Dutt. That'd be combining their two names there. That'd be a bit weird. There wasn't an abundance of wrestlers looking to work with him in the wake of his program with the Men of the Year, with Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, but Eddie had specifically asked to work with him in the wake of all of this. So it's kind of a shame that this is the way this has ended up. Either way, I hope these two gentlemen are able to kind of get beyond all of this stuff and move on productively.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a shame, all this, and especially when you hear these reports about Sammy potentially being difficult to work with backstage, because you can't argue that he's one of the best in the ring in AEW. He's just so talented. He always puts on a show. Love him or hate him, and a lot of people hate him right now. He is absolutely sensational between those ropes, and it's understandable why he would be in the early days one of the people that they are looking to build the company around. But the thing is, in be honest, getting a reputation like that for yourself will not do yourself any favours. And how'd you get on the wrong side of Eddie Kingston, man?
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's a tough thing across the board. I really appreciate, Sammy's statement, first of all, was really detailed, and Eddie's apology and all that. So, yeah, man, not to judge people's personal situations too deeply, but it'd be nice to see if this could be resolved.
Exactly. Continuing heat stories backstage, and a bit of an update on the whole Thunder Rosa situation. Obviously, she announced on Dynamite this week she's going to have to vacate the belt. We're getting the Fatal 4-Way. Fightful, as always, coming through with some excellent reporting here. No crap, just sap. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful covered this story previously. Even covered the fact, I'm not sure if we mentioned it at the time, that it was going to be Tony Storm allegedly going over Thunder Rosa at the pay-per-view when it was a one-on-one. Now it's a Fatal 4-Way. Who bloody knows? But yeah, it's kind of divided backstage in AEW as to whether or not Thunder Rosa is or isn't difficult to work with, and whether or not arguably she has heat, because a few people have said that she is putting in the work to get other women booked, and then on the flip side of it, others are saying she's developed an ego and is difficult to work with. But one thing is for sure, Andy, is her injury is legit. It's been speculated it's related to bulging discs. That's not been confirmed, but also no report on the extent of the injury and therefore how long she is going to be out for. But yeah, it's just, again, I feel like I'm a broken record today. Such a shame, all this.
Yeah, it is. With this thing, I mean, it's quite clear that Thunder Rosa is someone who does do a lot of good, right? She's got Mission Pro, obviously, a promotion that does a lot for women's wrestling in general. And and even beyond that, she's been a champion of women's wrestling and things like that as well. But, the backstage issues here have been quite extensively reported on with regards to Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. Yeah, so here we are. That's where we're at.
Yeah, exactly. We'll keep you posted on it. It's also difficult to talk about sometimes as well because, as Miller pointed out on his ups and downs, Miller's got a relationship with Thunder Rosa. She was absolutely lovely to him over WrestleMania weekend. Yeah. She did an interview with him. She subsequently booked him for her wrestling promotion, and he was out there recently, hence why all the ups and downs videos have been weirder than usual. And in terms of that relationship, he's always said that she's been absolutely fantastic with, and it sort of supports that. Some people are saying she's doing one thing backstage, some people are saying another. Regardless, get well soon, Thunder Rosa.
And human beings are complicated.
Indeed.
Human beings are complicated. We need Adam Cleary now.
I do. I feel like
give us an announcement.
That's the Adam call.
Some news. We got some.
Is he there?
There he is. There he is.
We've got another small prop, have they?
You sit down. Hold on.
Okay. You can take the squeaker.
Is that the squeaker?
It's no longer squeaky.
How do I do it? Is it over there?
It's over there, yeah.
It's been a
Hi,
while.
internet land.
You could look into that one, but it's facing the wall.
Okay.
So
right. So, hello everybody who may or may not be coming to our Cardiff spectacular events now, because there's two, although technically one's in Newport. Just let you know, if you're coming to the Cardiff show and you ordered the super luxury Inland Masturbators package, which gets you the fancy t-shirt, Fiend of the Channel it was called.
Fiend of the Channel.
You should have an email from me saying, what is your t-shirt size, please, because we need to get them made. Please reply to that. Most people have already, but just want to make sure any stragglers get... You don't want to miss out. I don't want to be handing you like an extra large, you need a small, and you're going around looking like you've been rescued from somewhere. Or even worse, the opposite way around. So please let us know the t-shirt sizes. We'll have extras, a few, just in case, because we're going to want one. Anyway, so hopefully it should be fine, but if you could let me know your t-shirt size, that would be great. Second point of business, the Newport show, which we're doing on the Friday, which is just that's a casual thing. We're not prepping too much for that. We're just going to be like Des Lynam, owning the space, having a nice time, chilling out, jet lagged from the train from Newcastle, because any Americans watching, we're actually going to another country to produce this, so that's quite exciting for us. There are a small number, teeny little incy number tickets left for that one, so if you couldn't come to the Saturday show and you are around on the Friday, there'll be a link in the description for coming to that as well. All the money for that one is going to charity. Michael Hamflett's charity that he's running, Down Syndrome Northeast, that he is actually running the Great North Run for, so we're actually just raising a tiny little bit of money for that. There's a few tickets left, so that'd be good. I think that's all. There was definitely a third thing, but I've forgotten it.
If it comes to you, come back. If it comes back, it comes back.
If it comes back, it comes back.
It's fun on the wall again.
Stay here and think of it. We'll just do the stories.
Yeah, this is good. Some dead air. That's good. But yeah, it'd be nice to see everybody. Either way, we're quite excited for it. We've actually planned it out now, so it looks actually really good. So.
Yeah!
You guys got any more news to do, or was that it?
Yeah, we got a bit more news.
Two more stories, baby.
Nice to see you guys.
See you later.
Oh, my knees, I'm so old.
All right, Grandad, get back on.
What's your second story of the day, Andy
All right,
Murray?
the PG rating, it's not going away.
Good.
It's not going away, so it's still going to be PG in WWE.
Stand up for PG.
Gee whiz. This is a new report from PW Insider's Mike Johnson, who says that where once there was smoke to the fire that WWE were switching back from PG to TV 14, I guess would be the next rating. It's no longer the case. Plans have changed. It's not happening. Raw and SmackDown going forward are going to be PG. So that's obviously sucky news for anyone who was maybe excited by the July reports that they were moving away from PG. It was Andrew Zarian who reported it at first. What happened was a memo had been circulated around USA Network saying that, hey, maybe we'll change from the 18th of July. That obviously didn't end up happening. Andrew later reported that memo had been circulated prematurely, which led to all of this, but it was still in consideration. So there we are. Apparently the consideration has now resulted in them going, nah, stick with PG. So, hey, I don't want to jump into too much of a PG debate. We could do it for hours, is the thing with it. The balancing points are well established. Some people believe that it's partly responsible for the downfall of WWE programming and the quality of the shows.
That'd be Vince.
And the other side of it is that, yeah, exactly. The other side of it is that it's good for advertisers.
Yeah, it's one of those. I can understand why they're doing this. But I am less gutted than I would have been a month or two ago, because WWE's got vastly better on TV. Raw and SmackDown has been transformed under Triple H in my eyes. Now, I'm not saying that I wouldn't mind still a little bit of edgier content. The problem with that is a double-edged sword, edgy content when it comes to WWE, although I sincerely hope that it wouldn't be what I'm picturing it could have been a few months ago.
Yeah, I think in general wrestling has shown that it can't really be trusted with edgy content, right? So maybe this is for the best.
Exactly.
I don't care. Like, I honestly don't care that they're not abandoning PG anymore. I'm quite happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Quite happy.
Blood or no blood, or effing and jeffing or no effing and jeffing. Just make good wrestling shows.
Dude, it's a bit different as well. You want blood and guts, you go to AEW. You want squeaky clean, you go to WWE.
Exactly.
What do you like? Your tastes are probably catered for somewhere.
Indeed.
And if they're not catered for in America, watch some Japanese wrestling.
Exactly.
Watch some Mexican wrestling. Watch some British wrestling. Watch wrestling.
The British style, strong style, German style. Is it greatly different?
Greatly different.
Right, let's talk about SmackDown. Major returns allegedly set for, well, either tonight or next week, because they're taping SmackDown for next week because of Clash at the Castle tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, they're going to Drew McIntyre's backyard.
Final Select have been yet again all over this, reporting on the fact that Xavier Woods could be returning to TV again either tonight or we don't know, either or, probably tonight, hopefully tonight, maybe he wouldn't do it the night, but Clash at the Castle, probably. He got his head caved in by the Viking Raiders, so did Kofi Kingston. They had a Viking funeral last week that was just a bit weird, but yes. Presumably Xavier Woods is coming back. That's great. I love Xavier Woods. And in addition to that, not so much as someone I enjoy, JBL, Hall of Famer JBL is expected to return or be involved in the tapings in one form or another. No word on what his role is going to be. I'm scared about this. I'm not a huge fan of JBL, if I'm honest, mate.
Yeah, I'm not a JBL guy.
But Xavier Woods is coming back, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good. It'll be good to have him back for sure. Very talented, very likable man. There you go. Boom, boom, boom.
JBL is a man.
Wears a hat. Right. Twitter questions for the day.
Oh, it's Friday as well.
You know what we do on Friday?
Put my feet up.
We get a little bit stupid. We get a little bit silly. I do the thread. I forgot to do it last night, so I had to do it this morning, which meant I didn't get as many as usual, but they're still great. Don't get me wrong.
There's some good stuff in there.
Right, so the first question isn't even a question. It's from John Harrison. No question. Adam just has to do the rest of the news as JR. With a hat, if available. Happy Friday,
Well,
boys.
good news. That's right, you know what that means.
Well, the good thing about this is that that's the bad take hat, and generally in 2022, I'm just saying. So you're JR now.
That's right, I'm JR barbecue sauce.
All right. Well, one of these.
It's a little bit Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Here. Which one's I know what that means?
You sound more like Stone Cold ET there. Gee whiz.
That's my best Stone Cold impression.
Our second question today comes from the fat golf guy, Null, who asks, has anyone really been far even as decided to use even go want to do look more like?
Or Slobberknocker.
Okay, there we go. Rated R Penguin, Zachary Kemp asks the following. If the eel plays the Fiend's music on the kazoo, there we go, will it summon the flattest flatty ever? Well, let's find out, shall we? Let's find out. That's not the Fiend.
Okay. What's the Fiend one?
That's the other one.
That was a JR one. JR Brendan too.
I don't think it's summoned a flatty, has it? There's no alligators roaming around.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Who wears these?
You've done a poor job of sticking a character here, brother. We are really.
Barbecue sauce.
Drink a couple of Jim Weisers. And our last question today comes from All Elite Leo, who asks, on a scale of 1 to the Fiend, how would you rate the current chaos of wrestling? I love a small bit, but right now it feels a bit overwhelming, and I can also feel myself taking steps away from it because at the end of the day, it's just wrestling. How do you think this will be long term? So on a scale of 1 to Fiend, I don't think we're quite at Fiend levels. Maybe we're at Eater of Worlds levels. I think that the things that are going to tip the balance are the re-emergence of the Fiend, which I feel is inevitable. Let's get Brandy Rhodes involved as well. Why not? She seems to be preparing for a comeback. But yeah, there's still definitely more chaos to come, but I think right now we are pretty damn chaotic, and the eel agrees.
My God Almighty! Why, damn it? Tell me why!
That was bowling shoe ugly.
One of my favourite videos, and I've gone off character because I want to put this video over. One of my favourite videos is the one where, have you seen the one where it's the bloke pretending to be JR for is it Chris Jericho's return?
No, I've not seen this.
Oh, watch it if you haven't. Look it out. JR not actual JR, knockoff JR commentating on Chris Jericho's return. It's when they crack the code one where it's like, oh, what could this code be? X+1. Gee, we're gonna have to get some scientists in here.
Get some mathematicians. What's Axiom up to these days?
Oh yeah,
Computer-y guy that he is. I'm a computer.
just like what a perfect personification of what on earth Vince was doing. We've got this amazing wrestler in NXT UK. He's also already wrestled on NXT. Make him a statistics superhero or something.
Abacus comic book guy. Weird combination, for sure.
Do you know what they should have done?
What's that?
They should have had 2 different characters, and then they could have said, "My God Almighty, broken in half." I can't do it, JR, mate.
Let's wrap it up.
What's right?
You can do a JR. Eel, can you...
Referee's not paying attention to his mouth.
All right. Okay. Well, this has gone off the rails.
Let us know your thoughts on everything, comment section. But we're going to be back later on today, aren't we?
We are, yeah. We've got some different news. I can't remember the stories, but there's some different news to come.
Oh, I forgot to do the and finally.
Contract tampering. We're going to talk about that.
Oh, yes. And finally, Rey Mysterio and The Miz are going to compete on Celebrity Family Feud, and I think that's the time that Dominic's going to elect to chair his dad. So there you go.
Quality.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling. Wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasts. We're going to be previewing SmackDown, previewing Rampage, and of course we've got Wrestle Culture with a hashtag Bloody Good Quiz coming your way later on today.
Pamphlet's off today, so that means you need a guest host.
Right.
He's not very talkative.
No,
He'll give it a
exactly.
go.
I'm sure he can hit the soundboard. He basically does my job for me.
Yeah.
Right,
Whacking the soundboard.
Let's know your thoughts on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE. Well, actually, follow both of us. Follow Andy Murray at.
Follow me at Andy H. Murray. The H stands for...
Hey, it comes through.
Yeah, there you go.
You can follow me at Adam Wilborn. Follow us all at WhatCultureWWE, and you can follow the lovely lad who was in earlier at Adam
I
Cleary
think I've just
as well.
knocked this off centre.
Oh, bollocks.
Oh boy.
Anyway, it's been
There
the
we
news.
go.
Thanks, Andy. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon.